Hello, welcome to episode 2 of What's the Buttons. My name is Ash, here with the co-host,
Rhys Langdon.
Leng Dog.
We're here.
Welcome back.
It's been fun. Thanks for everyone who's listened so far. Way more people than we thought.
Yeah, just a few. What is the number at the moment, roughly?
I think it was last time I looked, because, I only look like every 5 minutes. I think it was like 420 something, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy. The world map, the heat map is mental. America, hello.
Yeah, on our website that everything feeds from, it gives an overall map of the world. And
The
it's
analytics.
little red dots tell you where everyone's listening, and New York's a hotspot, which is weird.
Shout out 50 Cent if you're listening.
So yeah, it's exciting. I like it.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, since the first one was such a success, we thought we'd have a crack at a second. So we'll start off with Rhys's apology, because he's got quite the apology to make.
Yeah, it's our second episode, and I thought it would take a little bit longer to do an apology style recording, but the time is now. In the first episode, you will have noted that I was talking to Ash about how he's opened my eyes to the world of Xbox and Game Pass. Well, unfortunately, not unfortunately at all, but when I first got with my girlfriend Steph, which is almost 4 years ago, when I first met her, we had a serious debate about how Nintendo was shit and how Xbox was shit. Ash is just smiling. How wrong this sounds.
Disgusting.
Massively against both of those things, and Steph's a big Nintendo fan, and she's got every console there is. So
Get to the fucking point.
basically, it was Steph that opened my eyes to Xbox, as she's been talking about it to me for the best part of 4 years. So I take back me saying thank you to Ash for letting me on the whole Xbox hype. It was Steph. Thank you, Steph.
You're welcome.
It's ridiculous for a second episode. You got your apology. Now be happy.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, that's the apology out the way. So well done.
Thank you.
Also, I've had some feedback, mainly from a couple of friends. One friend in particular who said he liked it, but it might have been too much swearing. Well, fuck off. I don't care. Tough shit. This is how it is. Explicit for a reason.
It says explicit on everything. I'm not gonna. We've sort of decided that we're not going to be throwing C-bombs and all the heavy hitting swear words, but it's a podcast that isn't for children. So fuck off.
If you're a child listening to this,
Fuck off.
Yeah, don't listen. Don't listen. I'll tell your mum.
Yeah, stop listening to this and listen to something else. Go on CBBS or some shit.
Exactly. Right. Well, moving on to actual game news. It's not really news, to be fair. We just thought we've actually got something written down this time, an order
We've
to
made
speak
a list.
in. Yeah. So we're going to start talking about Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah, because we missed out. After we finished recording on the last episode, I sat there whilst I was editing through it, and I felt, fucking hell, I missed out this, I missed out that, and Elden Ring was a massive one that we somehow missed that one.
Backstory for me, Ash, huge Souls fan, huge Souls player. Funnily enough, it was Dark Souls 1 that got me into YouTube, because I've never watched any YouTube. I'd never watched any YouTube gaming or anything like that. And I buy a lot of strange games, and Dark Souls appeared, and I was like, that's a strange game, but it looks right up my street. I didn't realise how hard it was going to be. I'd never heard of Demon Souls at that point. So I picked up Dark Souls, proceeded to not get past the first boss. I thought, this is fucking shit. I'm not playing this no more. So I stopped playing it. So, not being one to quit, I tried again. I couldn't do it. So I thought, fuck it, I'll YouTube it. So I started YouTubing it, and then I started watching YouTube videos on how to beat bosses and tutorials, and that's when I started watching YouTube videos and games, and I've watched them ever since. So thanks, Dark Souls, for getting me into YouTube, because that was fun. But yeah, so after completing Dark Souls 1, I went back to Demon Souls, smashed the life out of that. I've done all the Dark Souls, 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Sekiro.
Fucking Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's the GOAT. Where's the remake? The one I haven't done, actually, is the Demon Souls remake on PS5, because I played Demon Souls too much. I should go and play that, and I will eventually.
Or Mortal Shell. I know it's not the same makers, but
yeah, it's not my jam. fuck that. I don't even know what that is. I've heard of it. Fuck it. It's not Dark Souls, is it? So yeah, I'm a Souls vet. All right, and I challenge anyone to a 1v1. All right.
I beat this man multiple times on a 1v1. I just want to throw that out there.
Where's the proof?
I have it.
Prove it.
I have it.
Prove it. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Save the clips. Of course I did.
Prove it was me.
It's there.
It wasn't me. Shaggy. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Anyway, is that going to get copyrighted? Is that how that works?
Maybe because it was so shit. Maybe they won't. Probably not. We're not big enough for that.
All royalties to Shaggy.
Yeah, if you haven't heard this episode, it never comes out. It's because we've been copyrighted.
So yeah. Anyway, that's my background on Elden Ring or the Souls genre. I was pretty excited. I love Game of Thrones, and when they announced George R.R. Martin was going to be working on Elden Ring, wow, the excitement levels boiled over. So when Elden Ring finally came out, I had to get your boy Rhys Langdog and say, look, pick up this game Elden Ring. This is not really his jam, but
Refused.
yeah, but here we are, and tell your story, I guess.
Flat out refused. I'll call it Soulsborne, as everyone else does.
That is the rightful title.
Soulsborne. I never played any of them other than Bloodborne, and even then I only made it about 5 minutes in. I think I did 2 bosses, and it weren't my cup of tea. When I first started playing it, I was probably more fearful of it because it was quite a dark style of game. So I never really gave it much of a chance. It was very difficult.
Sorry to cut in. Do you think the reputation of Soulsborne's games is what put you off?
What, the fact that they're massively difficult?
Yeah, well, the perceived.
Fuck yeah, because I game for fun, not to scream at the telly.
But I genuinely don't believe that they are that difficult. I think it's been fabricated.
Well, we'll get to this.
Okay.
We will get to this.
Sorry. You mug.
Yeah, so I played Bloodborne for a little bit, and then thought, no, fuck, this isn't my jam, and then left it completely. weren't a part of that world. And then Elden Ring come out. Ash sent me videos, gave all the hype about it, and I thought, no, I'm not buying this. And then I did. I bought it. Ash will remember. I played about 5 minutes of it, and I remember screaming to him on the phone, going, "This is fucking ridiculous. Fuck this game. I've wasted 60 quid on this game." I was fuming. I was so angry, and then I did what Ash did, and I watched some YouTube videos. I listened to his advice.
Hold on. No, you didn't. You called upon my help.
Oh yeah, I just said I listened to your advice.
Don't worry about the YouTube video. You didn't just listen to my advice. You called me in to help you with the boss. I was summoned to help you with the first boss.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, I couldn't make it past.
And I got him down to one hit, and you couldn't finish him off.
No.
Yes. Yes.
You remember in the last episode I spoke about how much I save clips on the PlayStation, and this man doesn't know his voice. There's a clip that I saved because you don't hear it, but this man was screaming at me because we had this boss down to one hit, and there is video footage of me hitting this motherfucking boss and it glitching out and not doing it. And I realised what it was. He was in the middle of an animation, and you can't attack when you're in an animation.
All right, so he grabbed me. All right, I got this geezer down to one hit. What is it, Margot? Is that his name?
Margot. It's been so long since we played.
I smashed him up, showed him how it was done, got him down to one hit. He's grabbed me, finishing me off. I was like, hit him. He's not hitting him. Or he's trying, but it's not going through.
Yeah.
But even then, after that, all he's got to do is still just hit him once after he's dropped me. He's rolling round, screaming down the mic, "Help me, mum! Help me, mum!" I can't do nothing. I'm dead. I'm toast. I'm watching. I'm spectating. He just gets whooped.
Yeah.
Fuming. I was more angry than he was.
Yeah. The difficulty
Spike.
Well, there is no fucking spike because it's not easy to start with. There's nothing for it to spike. It's just straight away difficult. And I invested hours into that. I think my final count was, it's something like 96 hours.
That's not the final count. We're going back.
Oh yeah, of course we're going back. But currently, I think it's about 96 hours, and it was such an incredible game. Oh my god, Melania. Fucking
Melania.
She did me in, but yeah, it was good. It was a very difficult game, but very, very rewarding.
I watched this man for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Straight, bang his head against the wall via the live streaming service on PlayStation or whatever it is, screen share play. I watched him for an hour, And it started off as a bit of fun. By about 45 minutes in, he was getting angrier and angrier. And by the last 10 minutes, he wasn't saying nothing. That's pure rage.
Yeah, what was happening, we had a bet on. Ash hadn't actually beat Melania. If obviously most people know about Elden Ring. But if you don't, Melania is like she's a boss that you don't have to do her. She's sort of optional. But she's possibly the hardest boss in the game. I think.
Is she optional?
She is optional, yeah.
Is she?
Because I went back for her.
Oh.
Yeah, she's optional. But me and Ash had a bet on that. What was it? If I killed her within an hour, because I got all cocky, said I'm gonna down this bitch in an hour, and the bet was, what was it, like 35 quid?
I don't know.
It was something like that. And yeah, I essentially live streamed it to him, and I killed her on bang on an hour. But the TV didn't survive. Neither did the PlayStation.
The only reason you were so confident is because you was running around with that fucking little mimic tier, smacking bosses. I was struggling with the bosses, going that way. You wait till you get to that one. That one's nails. He's going first time, mate. First time. I didn't even do anything. I just stood back and watched the mimic tier do it all. So he was cocky. He was confident that he was going to go in and Melania and he was going to whack her one time.
And I did.
Not one time.
I smacked her up. It weren't one time at all.
Yeah, it took you an hour. You did it on the last show. It was like 10 seconds left to go.
This is the thing, yeah. All the people that play this game, you get the veterans. Obviously, you call yourself a veteran, and I believe that you are a veteran of the Soulsborne games.
I'm not. I'm a veteran, but it doesn't mean I'm very good at them.
No.
But I'm a veteran of them, yes.
You played them all and blah, blah, blah. And from all of the hype and Reddit and things like that, and people talking about Elden Ring, there was a lot of people that were like purists, summoning things like that. Like the summons was, I know it wasn't a new thing, but to the extent that you could do it, it was new. So there was lots of purists that were going, well, I'm not using that. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to play it the real way, and I'm not going to use anything to help me. I'm going to do it all with skill and blah, blah, blah. I'll use everything. If a game's giving me something, I'm going to use it. Why would I not? And the Mimic tier was one of them. Basically, the Mimic tier is a copy of you, like Ditto. It just takes your form and has all your spells and all that shit. And it just does what you do anyway. And it's overpowered as fuck. So I just used that.
They're called gatekeepers. They don't want you to use the mechanics that have been implemented into the game for your own benefit. Now, these people can fuck off. There's a reason these mechanics were put into the game, so more people could play the game and enjoy it. You know what I mean? If you wanna make the game harder for yourself, which people do, no summoning, that's up to you.
Yeah.
No healing, no hit runs, all that. I'm all for that, but don't tell somebody else that they can't do X, Y, and Z when they're not cheating, they're not glitching. It's a mechanic that's been implemented in the game to be used, and that's what people do. Granted, the Mimic tier was OP as fuck.
They did nerf it though.
Yeah, they did nerf it. It was
still
still OP.
Yeah, still massively OP.
But it's in the game to be used, and there's nothing wrong with summoning people, summoning even co-op online. There's nothing wrong with it. It makes the game fun if that's how you want to play. If you want to make it harder for yourself, you can.
And I use that thing on every opportunity I possibly could.
Yeah, rightly so. And anyone that says, if you're summoning, you're not playing the game properly. Well, why don't you use no fucking weapons? Why don't you go fist only, level 1, hit runs? I know there are. People complete games with their toes and shit. One of my mates played a whole game of FIFA once with his feet. And he won.
Oh, wait, this one's for Jamal. Fuck FIFA. Just in case you listen to this, fuck FIFA.
Fuck Mark.
He's going to love that. He was fuming with that.
Did he listen, did
he? Yeah. I got a ping on Messenger and he was like, what's this about fuck Mark? Fuck your co-host.
I'm only joking, Mark. I was only love.
He's not joking
fuck
at all.
Mark.
Oh, Christ.
That's going on a t-shirt. You'll get royalties.
So yeah, back with Melania, I did get cocky. I got very cocky because this was meant to be like one of the hardest games ever, and I was mashing everything up. Nothing was. Obviously, if I made a mistake, I was dying. But most of the bosses, you'll remember the last 6 bosses, it was just bang, 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 killing them all, like one time. So when I got to Melania, yeah, I got real cocky. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna mash her up, and yeah, it didn't work that way at all. It did not work that way at all. But I got her again. The clip is saved of me screaming because I'd done it, and then this man, when I stopped the stopwatch on my phone because I had a stopwatch on, I stopped it. Obviously, a couple of seconds went over because I was screaming. He goes, "You didn't do it in an hour. You was a minute over." Fucker.
This is true. He was over.
I weren't over at all. The footage is.
It was tight, but he was over.
Either way, it was done. And then I put the controller down and went, fuck this game, I'm not playing it again.
The reason I think so many people struggle with Elden Ring, and especially Elden Ring, because of the reputation of Soulsborne's games. And when I joined you don't. The way you're trying to play it is Skyrim. You're trying to play it like it's no detriment to yourself. You don't understand Souls games because you never really played them.
It works.
So you're trying to play it like Skyrim. You're trying to play it like any action adventure game, and it's not an action. It's not how fast you can hit the attack button. It's dodge and block and parry and roll. It's a completely different experience. So having that many games in my back pocket from the Souls games, I knew going in, and it does feel very similar to the Souls games. It is pretty much a carbon copy. When I watched footage of it, people that had already played it were gassing it up, hyping it up, saying this is going to be the best thing ever. As much as it looked great, I was like, it does just look like Dark Souls though, but open world. And how far can they go with it? And oh boy, did they go far with it.
Oh, they went far.
Every single night I'd play and I'd be like, this is near the end. And I'd text Rhys, a whole new part of the map's just opened up.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I am anymore.
Yeah. Oh,
wow, what a game. But kudos to Elden Ring. It's
incredible game.
Game of the year for sure.
The visuals were incredible. The gameplay is incredible. The versatility on the builds that you could do were crazy. There's a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle build. You know what I mean? Like someone running around with a shell on their back. Like there's some crazy shit. A Sonic build. Like they're all this weird stuff.
That's Souls games, man. Everything's built on them builds and the replayability. I can't wait for the DLC. There's inevitably going to be DLC. There has to be.
And there needs to be. Otherwise, they're slowly falling down the path of something like Battlefield.
I'd
not bringing out any content.
No, they've already smashed Battlefield out of the park.
I know. By ratings they have. I know it's not the game hasn't died, but I think we're victims of it. We haven't. When's the last time you picked up Elden Ring?
That's because so many other games have come out.
No, that's a lie. That's because there's nothing to do on it at the moment.
I just love Star Wars too much.
So they need to pump out some DLC soon, otherwise no one's coming back.
They need. What I'd like to see is a PvP arena. I think they had it in Dark Souls 2.
That was rumoured with the
Big Pop Man.
Yeah, someone clipped through the wall, didn't they? And they see like an arena style thing. Yeah, the Big Pop Man.
Also, new FromSoftware game is nearing completion, which is mental. Well, they've just released Elden Ring. What are them wizards doing over there? What could it possibly be?
They are a nutty gaming studio. They come out with some serious stuff. Elden Ring's really boost for the people that have never really played their types of games like myself. Really high on my rankings.
Massively put them on the map now. Massively. All their old games, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Demon Souls. There's got to be a lot of people going to them now, experiencing Elden Ring for the first time and getting their ass whooped. Because I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, they're harder. But I truly believe that none of the Soulsborne games are that hard. It's just learning what the game is and the mechanics of it and how to.
You just got to be clever with it.
Yeah, and obviously the menus can be a bit finicky, and your average Joe might not understand the scaling of weapons and affinities. And there's a lot to it. There is a lot to it.
The average FIFA player won't really understand it.
No, well, I am the average FIFA player, but I get it.
Because they're thick.
Wow. Are you saying you don't like football fans? That's a bold statement. I've got a lot of football friends.
I don't know how much of our listenership are football orientated, so I'll keep my comments aside.
Well, considering most of them are Americans, so it'll probably be soccer.
I used to be a massive football fan, but no more.
Football is football. It's not soccer, by the way. Get that out of the way.
There goes New York.
It's facts. I don't want to hear that. It is football.
Yeah, it is football. Oh,
kick the ball with your foot. Anyway, shout out FromSoftware. Can't wait to see what you're doing next. You've done wizardry, amazing things.
An incredible job.
Yeah, and I'm glad you got the Leng Dog onto the Soulsborne genre. And I should push him now to go and play some of the older ones.
Definitely.
Moving on. Well, this you should say this.
Oh, what is it? Oh, fuck.
You know what it is.
It's another apology.
Essentially.
Yeah, I had a massive go at Ash for pre-ordering games, and we had a big long bit. It was like 5-10 minutes long about us talking how we've been burnt on pre-orders and wouldn't ever fucking pre-order again. And he comes out and says that he's pre-ordered the new COD, which is a fucking waste of money anyway.
£100.
£100.
£100.
It's ridiculous.
I don't even know what I got for it.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous in itself. You don't even fucking know.
I just know I get to play it a bit earlier and there's a couple of skins and that.
Jesus. So I play World of Warcraft, and I've been playing it for the best part of, well, since it first come out. So for years and years and years, like 13, 14 years, something like that. And obviously they do expansions. They do loads of them. They come out maybe once every 2-3 years, whatever. There's a new expansion coming out, hopefully end of this year, probably beginning of next year. And I pre-ordered it. Steph is aware that I've pre-ordered it. She isn't aware of how much I spent on it, because I didn't just buy the standard edition. I got hooked in.
Well, how much did you spend, Ling Dog?
Well, unlike you, I know what I got. So I got 30 days. You have to pay a £10.
How much?
You have to pay £10 a month to play this game. It's a subscription-based game, MMORPG. And with this pre-order, I got a mount, a nice little dragon that has a cool animation. I got 2 pets that I'm never going to use. I tried to sell them, but you can't. A level 60 boost. So I got some decent things with that. I'm just stalling because I know I'm
Stop beating around the bush. How much was it?
£75. 75 Great British pounds. Yeah, I could have just bought the standard edition for like 35 quid, but I thought, you know what? It was the biggest edition on there, other than the collector's edition. But I couldn't be asked to wait for all my stuff to turn up. So, yeah, £75. So I suppose I owe another apology to Ash for having to go at him for pre-ordering stuff, because literally the day after, I went and did the same thing.
Apology accepted.
Sorry, Steph.
Please do it again. I can't stop pre-ordering stuff. I want it. I tell you the real reason I do it. It's different with Call of Duty and FIFA, because normally you get to play them early, and I am very, very, very impatient. When something's coming and it's close, I'm like, I need it now. It's too close.
Yeah,
I need it. I can't. Yeah, I want it. If I could pay more, I will, and I'll get it early, and I'll play it, and I'll love it. But the main reason I pre-order things, especially if they're a long way away, is because I love the feeling of pre-ordering something, and then when it comes out, I feel like I got it for free.
Yeah.
I love that feeling. I feel like I've got it for free. Even though I ain't, it feels good.
Weird how the mind works.
Yeah, I'm playing with my own mind. I'm like, I'm getting this for free, but I'm not
the same way. I bought this with Monopoly money. I don't even realise.
Exactly. So that's my reasoning. But yeah, a lot of pre-orders shouldn't be going ahead. But it depends what it is. Sometimes it's just a good way of showing your support for a studio that you like.
I said to Ash that when we get an actual release date of God of War Ragnarok, I'm going to get the biggest fucking edition I can of that. I don't care how much money it is. I'm just going to get it. I want statues. I want anything they can give me. I want the merch. I'm having it.
Well, it's funny you should say that about God of War release date, because I've got something coming up, and I know you haven't seen it, but you're going to have to wait.
You refused to read it to me. I'm going to have to wait.
We'll get your reactions.
We'll have to get all the shit out before. You can tell me what's on this article.
Well, going on the same lines of World of Warcraft, is that what it's called?
It's in front of you, yeah. World of
Warcraft. I've got WoW written down.
Oh, yeah. World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, yeah, that one.
That one.
So, I've never been a PC gamer. Rhys Lengdog kindly traded me his laptop for a sword, because it's just the way we do things.
Yep.
More of a dagger, I suppose. Yep. It felt like a sword to Frodo, but
technology for weapons.
Yeah, so with that in mind, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try myself some of this World of Warcraft that you've been playing your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't go well. How do you play MMOs on a how do you play anything on a computer? My fingers, I'm getting cramp. How do you keep your fingers like a spider? What's this WASD shit?
Showing his age. It's not hard though, is it?
My fingers don't move like that. I can't keep them there for longer than a minute at a time without getting cramp pains. It's not natural. The laptop gets really hot. It burns my legs. If I sit on a table, I get backache. I don't understand how to play it. Give me a controller and I'm away.
Put a controller on it then. Well, you can't. Well, you can play WoW with a controller, but I wouldn't.
Exactly. It's just.
But you're treating it like a normal laptop. like a work laptop. This is a gaming laptop. It needs air. It needs ventilation. So I got a cooling pad for mine. It's got 3 extra
Of course
fans
you
on it.
have.
Of course I do. It was like 20 quid, but it helps. And you're not used to that world, so you can't just sit with it on your lap. I know it sort of defeats the fucking object of it being a laptop with being able to move it around, but it will get hot.
But my fingers hurt.
It's just seating position. I can't do anything about your fingers.
My back hurts.
I can't do anything about your back.
Well,
What do you want me to do? This is mental.
this is supposed to be fun. It's like going to the fucking gym.
He played it for about 6 hours, and then probably hasn't fucking turned it on again. It's been a whole week.
Yeah, 6 hours. That's a long time.
It's not a long time.
That's a lot of pain I went through.
No,
I'm sitting there in pain thinking, is this worth it? Absolutely not. As well, why are all the symbols so small? I can't see what I'm fucking doing. Rhys is like, you see that thing in the top left? Yeah? Click that. What fucking thing? There's like 12 of them. And he's getting angry. He's like, oh, how can you not tell? How can you not see what it is? There's fucking loads of them. I don't know what I'm doing.
It was painful. I realised that I couldn't be a teacher because I was getting angry. Steph will back me on this one. I'm no good at teaching people games, especially games that I know how to play. I just don't have the patience for it because in my head, he should know how to play this game. He's never played it before, but in my head, he should know. He should be perfect, but he isn't. So I was getting angry. I don't know how to fucking explain it because I've been playing it for so long.
It's not the game that's the problem. If that was on a PlayStation or Xbox or something, no worries, sir. I'll take the time to learn and I'll get up to your lofty standards. But I'm not just playing a new game, which is very niche, by the way. I can't fucking see anything.
It's not niche.
I'm using a computer. I've never used it before. My fingers are all over the place. My back hurts. My neck's aching from looking down. Like, what is this? This is a workout. I'm not even enjoying it. Fuck this.
Fuck you, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up because you said it's niche. World of Warcraft's niche.
Oh, you know what I mean.
I don't care. We're going with it. I am going to get up the MMORPG. Oh, I don't even know what I'm looking for. The rankings, and it will tell you how many people play it.
Well, in the meantime, it's shit. I can't do it. My eyes hurt.
Shit.
My body hurts. I can't see any of the symbols.
He just doesn't understand it. He says it's niche. Yeah, it's got 118 million total players, and actively at any given time, it's got 1.1. That's a lot of players for a game that's 15 years old. You just didn't understand it, but everything MMO is what it's the genesis essentially. A lot of things are built on that. You didn't mind fucking Star Wars, did you?
Well, that's Star Wars, isn't it?
He could suffer that. He could
suffer
Star Wars. He loved that one. And if anything, Star Wars is way more fucking complicated and jittery.
No.
Yes.
No way.
Why?
Because I can see the symbols. World of Warcraft symbols, honestly, I need a magnifying glass. On the Star Wars one, the Old Republic, everything's nice, clear. I can see everything that I'm doing. I can see every symbol. Everything's clearly laid out. You want to do this? Then open this. If you want to do that, press that. World of Warcraft, I need a fucking map. I need to write down step-by-step guides how to open this. Oh, you've opened this box? Well, here's 12 others that are just popped open as well. Oh, you want to hold this button down and then press this and this. Fuck off. Fuck you. I've had enough of it. It's dead to me.
What a waste of a laptop. I could have given that to someone who really, really needed it.
It's not waste. I've got Football Manager. And Star Wars.
I'm not wasting my time sitting here talking about Football Manager. I've got nothing to offer that one, but I'm sure it's as shit as FIFA is.
No. Well, anyway, MMOs,
yeah,
fuck off. But the Star Wars one, you can stay. It's nice and warm and cosy. Although, having said that, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, MMOs, well, not MMOs, World of Warcraft, fuck you. Make your symbols a bit bigger, and then I might play you again. I can't see a thing. I cannot see a thing.
I'm excited for the expansion either way. I'm very, very hyped for it. It's going to get delayed. There's nothing else really more to add on that. I won't pretend like I've looked into it all that much because I haven't. But they can have my money as they have every year, and I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Moving on. Right, this one's a bit different. We've gone. What's the word? We've gone professional now. I'm getting up an article, so we're going to talk about God of War, Ragnarok. Right. I'm going to read the article.
It's exciting.
Comes from Push Square. Now, I did mean to ask you this, but I'm glad I didn't ask you this until now. God of War. I know how much you love it. You spent an ungodly amount of money on a replica of the Leviathan axe,
I did.
which is beautiful
Yep.
and worth every penny.
Yep.
And was even funnier when it got to customs and he had to pay even more money.
I paid about 90 quid for postage. Again, it's terrible. I won't wait. I paid the most money possible for that part. So I want it fucking within a week. And yeah, when it come to customs, they stung me for about 80 odd quid. Fuming.
Loved it. I enjoyed it.
Fuming.
It was humorous.
Almost like it's a weapon.
It's too blunt. Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. So,
Mm.
God of War, I know how much you love it. You
Mm.
obviously spend a lot of money on the merch.
Mm.
Where does it rank? I've never asked you what your favourite game of all time is. I would imagine World of Warcraft, considering you put in
No,
Okay,
no.
go ahead.
No. I put in thousands of hours into World of Warcraft. It's not number one at all. It's not. It probably isn't even close. To be fair, it's probably somewhere out of 10. It's probably number 10.
Right. Well, I'm gonna
I'm
guess your top 3.
Go on.
Right. I'm just gonna guess. It's probably gonna be completely wrong, especially this first one,
Go on.
because there's so many of them.
Are you saying number 1 first?
Yeah, I'm gonna say number 1 first. I'm gonna say Assassin's Creed, the one with the twins. That one. I don't know what one that is. Second game, I'm gonna say Last of Us, and then the third one, I'm gonna say God of War.
Say God of War. Okay. Well, if we're doing 3, we'll do 3. I would put. Fuck. No. See, Assassin's Creed isn't on there. Assassin's Creed is in the top 10.
But you've got tattoos.
Yeah,
Assassin's
I know.
Creed.
Yeah. I know. And they hold a special part of my heart.
What is the one with them twins in? Just for my
Oh,
recollection.
you're putting me on the spot now.
Well, you must know. You got a tattoo of them, haven't you?
Oh, I know, but there's so many. I'm furiously googling, so I don't look like a tit, but I can't fucking remember. Steph's screaming.
Is it Unity? Is it Brotherhood? Is it?
Syndicate. Sorry.
Yeah, I knew it had
I
a
apologise. Yeah, it's Syndicate. I'm on the spot. This is the thing. I'm on the spot. But it's not there. It's not in the top 3. So top 3 going from he's breaking his mouse. Top 3 from 3, 2, 1. Number 3 would be fucking hell. Ratchet and Clank.
What? Where the fuck's that come from?
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Oh,
What, the new one?
the new one. Incredible. Oh, I loved it. Put that at number 3.
It's my 4-year-old daughter's favourite
Yeah,
game.
that game's mental. And then number 2. Number 2. And number 2 is God of War.
Oh.
Number 2 is God of War, which it's there, but it's beaten.
Number 1 better be fucking good.
It's beaten by a game that
I'm looking into your soul now.
it's gonna be It's beaten by a game that divided opinion. Well, I say that.
Last of Us 2.
What it did, yeah, is all the people that are fucking sexist or homophobic is what
Exposed them.
all those people that hate those types of things hated this game because it didn't follow the big macho man fucking narrative. But basically, that's what happened. Everyone wanted Joel. It's The Last of Us Part 2. Is my number 1
Fair
game.
enough, fair
That
enough.
game was incredible. The story was incredible. The length of it was incredible. That game went on forever.
Yeah, it did.
That game went on for ages. Me and Steph played that together. She didn't play it. She sat next to me.
Let's not spoil anything, by the way. Just in case you're going to go into that.
I won't spoil anything about the game for anyone who hasn't played it. But all I'll say is that the story, it doesn't necessarily follow the Joel storyline that The Last of Us 1 did, which I think was a good thing. I think they needed to move on to something else, and that was one of the massive reasons why so many people hated that game, because it didn't follow Joel's storyline. His storyline was done. You could have gone further with it, but I think the storylines that they went down, without spoiling it for anyone, they were in keeping with our current times. They were inclusive of female character representation, even the gay community in terms of games. It irked a lot of people. A lot of people got annoyed about that. I absolutely loved it. I thought the storytelling was incredible. It was long. I won't lie. I was about 35 hours in, and I nudged Steph. I said, "We're near the end here." Boom. about another 30 hours ago. And I won't lie, I did sink into my chair and go, fucking hell, because this is long. But
It was impressively long.
yeah, but it held me. I was genuinely, it had been a very long time since I'd got excited about coming home and playing the game. I hadn't felt that sort of excitement since I was a kid. So playing a game like that as an adult and getting so into the story, it didn't make me cry, but it definitely hit emotions. And I just think the story was incredible. The visuals were incredible. The amount of effort and detail they put into that game, it did not deserve the hate that it got. But I think the amount of love that it received did overshadow the hate that it got. But yeah, I'd put The Last of Us Part 2 as number one.
I can't argue with that. Do you think that Last of Us Part 2 was hurt by the reveal of what happens in the game coming out? Because it was spoiled early. Was you privy to that?
No.
Okay, so there
Was it?
Yeah, it was spoiled early. It was spoiled about a week before it came out. I didn't know what it was. It got spoiled. What happens? The big twist, the big this, that, and the other.
Oh, yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, because I remember the rumours circulating around.
So I avoided it, but I know a lot of people didn't. And if I had seen that, it probably would have ruined the experience for me as well.
I didn't think it changed much. I think people were just stuck in there. They wanted The Last of Us 1 again.
I think a lot of the problem is, and it makes me laugh, because a lot of the people that I saw directing hate towards Neil Druckmann and the cast, Troy Baker and Ashley, what's her surname?
I don't ask me names, mate.
She's fantastic. The rendition she does of "Take on Me" in that game as well is crazy. They said this service. What's her name? Google it, please.
Who? What?
Ashley, is it Johnson from The Last of Us? Who plays Ellie?
God, this is so mediocre.
Well, we never claimed to be anything special, did we?
Actually, The Last of Us was Ashley Johnson.
Yeah, it was Ashley Johnson. Yeah, amazing actor.
Yeah, she was incredible.
A lot of the hate I saw directed towards them was like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, why was it not this? And it's hilarious because people are getting upset because they told a story that they didn't want to hear. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, yeah. You think you can do it better? You go and fucking put millions into developing a game. You go and do better. You know what I mean? There's so many people that were ripping on that story, going, "Oh, this is shit. You should have done this." But well, you're not on the fucking developers team, are you? So you can't be that smart about it. Otherwise, you'd be on their team having a decision. But you're not, are you? It just fucking it didn't need any of the shit that it got.
Also, to anyone that does send people hate on the internet, crawl back into your little fucking hole, you little rats. I can't stand people that type nonsense to people, especially over computer games. Just grow the fuck up.
This is the guy that called someone in the WoW tutorial a worm.
Yeah, but all right, back to WoW quickly. Right, I'm in the tutorial bit. Yeah, I'm trying to learn. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never played on a computer before. I'm trying to work out what buttons I'm supposed to be pressing on the keyboard. This geezer's like, fight me. I'm like, Rhys, what am I doing? He's like, you go and fight him if you want. So I fought him. He just smacked me up a couple of times. And he kept doing it, and he following me around, chatting nonsense. So I just call him a worm. I just said, go away, you little worm. I don't want to. And then they kicked me out of the little raid we did at the beginning, or whatever it was, a dungeon.
He did a dungeon.
First ever dungeon. I'm trying to pick up loot. I don't know what buttons I'm
They kicked him out for being waff.
Yeah, they voted to kick me out. It's the tutorial.
It was that bad. He got kicked out of the tutorial.
It's a joke. But yeah, if you send anyone hate on the internet, you're a fucking arsehole.
Yeah, I think. But yeah, if you played The Last of Us 1 and you haven't played The Last of Us 2, then I beg you to play it because it's one of the most incredible games ever. If you haven't played The Last of Us 1, I beg you to play that, and then The Last of Us 2. They're both incredible, and there's even a documentary on YouTube about how they created The Last of Us 1, and the detail that they went into to make that game is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. So yeah, give it a chance.
Are you looking forward to the series?
Massively. I think it's going to be
good cast.
I think it's going to be one of those where they one of those times when they turn a game into a series and it's actually worth what you know what I mean. It's gonna be good.
It's going to be very interesting because there'll be a lot of people that haven't experienced The Last of Us, who don't play computer games. That'll be all new to them. So it'll be very interesting to see their reactions and if it pushes them to maybe try the game.
I'll be curious to see how the story develops on it, to see what sort of paths they go down.
Will you be getting The Last of Us remake that's coming out this year?
No.
Fine.
No. It came out on PS3. It came out on PS4. It didn't need to come out on PS5.
Have you seen what they've done to it, though?
Yeah, but it's a cash grab, isn't it?
No, because they've remade it from the ground up. Everything's different. The combat is like The Last of Us 2 now.
Yeah, but the story's exactly the same.
Fuck you.
You know what I mean?
Don't sit here going, "Oh, The Last of Us, I love it. It's the best game."
No, it is.
But I'm not buying it again.
It is.
I'm not doing it again.
I'm not. I had it for the PS3. I bought it again for the PS4. It's like this isn't fucking GTA. You don't have to release it on everything and then keep piling money.
Shout out Skyrim.
I appreciate that they've changed combat and things like that. But it for me personally, I won't be spending the money on it. Especially, you see the price tag on it.
No.
You seen how much it is?
PS5 price, I'm guessing.
Yeah, silly money. It's like 70
Well,
quid.
you have to wait and see when it comes out what they've done to it.
Yeah,
first.
I will wait. I still probably won't get it.
You 100% will get it. I know. You'll pre-order the shit out of this.
There'll be an apology on episode 3 where I pre-ordered it. I'll wait to see what it looks like, but I haven't really. I saw that it got announced that it was coming out. Naturally, everyone was fuming about it, going, yeah, I'm not going to get that. There'll be the same people that get it. And, yeah, good luck to them. I just don't think it needed to be done. But if it can showcase the real power of a PS5 and it plays well, then go for it. I just won't take part in it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, back to what we were supposed to be talking about. God of War. The article that you haven't heard yet.
I completely forgot about the article. You got me worked up.
Did go off on a bit of a tangent, didn't we? Push Square. This article comes from Push Square. God of War Ragnarok is still on track for November. Game is huge, says Bloomberg writer Jason Schreier. Do you know who Jason Schreier is?
I'm terrible with names.
Right, Jason Schreier is probably the most reliable person on the internet. If he says something, it's happening.
Okay.
Like, basically, he doesn't get nothing wrong.
Okay.
Shout out Jason Schreier.
I really want to say I don't believe you, but I'll believe you.
This is facts, bro. Trust me. Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier has reassured God of War fans that the sequel to Santa Monica's Studio 2018 hit is still on track to release this November. In a post on Reset Era, he says the game is still to launch in November as of this week, and the team behind it is pretty excited. After talking to sources, Schreier explains, "I can definitely say that there was a release date / pre-order announcement planned for yesterday. It was bumped at some point last week. I don't know why. Apparently, speculation points to the delay being due to the recent Roe versus Wade decision in the USA. I've no idea about all that. I'm not getting involved in politics. Thank you very much." Sony has delayed its announcement and events in the past because of real-time events, with its first PS5 showcase in 2020 pushed back due to the Black Lives Matter protests at this time. The writer then goes on to say that because Sony has been trying to keep its secrets very close to its chest, many Santa Monica studio employees weren't even told that the company's initial plans to confirm a release date yesterday. Although, those working on the title are said to be in high spirits about the sequel. People working on it say it's huge and seems to be pretty excited about it. Reminds me of the buzz I was hearing before the 2018 one, Schreier says. As one of the most reliable journalists in the industry, told you, Schreier's post will be welcome news to God of War Ragnarok. Ragnarok? What a prick. What a prick. I've done so well.
Go on, you're doing well.
God of War Ragnarok enthusiasts, as it doesn't sound like the game will be delayed into 2023 at the time of this writing. The post comes after Tom Henderson, another leaker that I told you about the other day that is top-notch, don't miss.
Yeah.
The post comes after Tom Henderson first suggested yesterday was a day for the game's launch date unveiling, as well as collector edition reveals.
Oh, I'm going to be all over it.
Right, last bit. It then came out that God of War fans were sending unsolicited nudes to studio employees to try and get the release date out of them. I cannot believe I even have to say this, but don't fucking send dick pics to anyone on this team.
That is
or anyone in this industry for that matter.
How is that going to
I'm talking. They are busting their ass to make something for you to enjoy. Show some fucking respect, Corey Barlog said in response. And I also say, show some fucking respect. What are you doing? Where's the release date? Here's a dick pic. The fuck's wrong with you? What the fucking hell is wrong with you?
Also-
Give your head a wobble.
Well, yeah. Where's the tactic on that? Where's the thinking with that one? I'm going to send you a dick pic and get it. Quick, press the send button. They keep sending us dick pics.
Honestly, it's disgusting. Crawl back in your hole, like I said a minute ago.
Yeah, that's a bit.
It's pathetic.
That's a bit of a weird one. I'm all for getting excited about games and wanting them to release. I'm not all for early releases. I think take your time with games. We've been burned before. Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk was sick. Shut your mouth.
Wank.
Fuck you.
Yeah. However, stuff like that is just there's just no fucking place for it.
No, there is no place for it. Get back in your hole. It's weird. You just sit and wait, man. It's
However-
coming when it's ready, and when it's ready, it'll be good.
I think it will be delayed.
I don't think it will.
I think it will come out a month after its release date. I don't think it'll be a long delay, but I think it will be delayed. If anything, I think they'll delay it just to piss off the people that have sent in dick pics.
Well,
I would.
if that is true, good. You deserve it, you fucking little knobs.
You worms.
You probably have got little knobs and all. What are you thinking? Honestly, I don't even get into it. What goes through your minds, man? What is wrong with you?
That's exciting though. I like that. I like that article. That's
Collector's edition.
go on.
What are you saying?
What am I saying about the collector's edition?
Yeah.
Well, I was laying in bed with Steph last night. Was it last night? Well, it's every night, but last night. And we was talking about it. And well, we weren't talking about it. I just come out and said it. I'm pretty sure we were sitting in silence, but I just come out and said it anyway. And I said, I don't care how much money that collector's edition is. I want statues. I want anything that's coming with it. I'm going to have it. The minute it comes out, I don't care. I'm paying for it.
£1,000.
Take it.
2,000.
Take it.
3.
Klarna?
What?
I'll Klarna that.
What does that mean?
Finance, basically.
Oh. Final offer, £5,000.
Well, let's not get too hasty, but probably. It would have to be substantial, wouldn't it?
Mental.
It would have to be
Mental.
I think I'm prepared to with how good the game like God of War was. I think if they're doing a collector's edition, the shit that's going to come with it is going to be whoa.
If Corey come up to you and went, look, this game's releasing next week, but we've decided you're not allowed it. The only way you're allowed it is if you give us one of your toes.
Take them.
All of them. He only wanted
He just
one.
wants one.
He only wants one.
Have the toe.
Well, now you've offered more, so now he wants a foot. Or just the toes. You just take the toes. You can keep the foot. He just wants all your toes on one foot.
When we ask people for feedback on episode 2, this will come back. They'll go, look, the feet stuff, get rid of that. Yeah. Take that out.
Get rid of the feet shit.
Get rid of that shit. Yeah, I'm so...
You would give toes to play it.
Yeah, of course I would. Of course I would.
What if there's a third? You're going to be running out of body parts.
This game is going to be mental. As long as I got my hands, know what I mean? As long as I can play it.
We can take your legs.
I can have the legs.
Fuck's sake.
Take my legs, please.
Anyway, right, good.
That's
What
that
have
bit
we
done.
been playing this week? What have you been playing this week?
I have been playing Guardians of the Galaxy on my laptop.
Ooh,
yeah,
spicy.
Yeah, when it first came out, I saw the gameplay of it and the whole how you get to not flick between every character, but you sort of control them in terms of like using their abilities and stuff like that on the fly. And I was sort of a bit turned off by that. I first looked at it and thought, I'm not interested enough, especially the price tag that comes with it on the PlayStation Store. I was like, I'm not paying 60 odd quid for that. I'm just not doing it.
Xbox Game Pass.
Exactly. Come in the Xbox Game Pass. Thank you, Steph. Come in that, and it was on there, so I downloaded it. In my head, because I'm not used to something that can, obviously I've got the PS5, but in terms of PC, I'm not used to anything that can run a AAA game or a high-spec game. So I downloaded it and had the jitters before I played it, because I was like, this is going to look crap. I don't believe that this is going to look good on a laptop. I just don't believe it. And I booted it up, and it looks incredible. I'll show you after the podcast what it looks like, but it looks stunning. It plays crazy. It's the first non-MMORPG I've played on a PC/laptop. so the buttons are completely different to what I'm used to, and it just plays really well, man. Like it feels good. I'm excited to get home and play it. The story, oh, it's funny. I've been sitting here laughing. It's been a while since I've sat here laughing at dialogue from a game, but it's like you're playing in a movie. It doesn't follow the movie storyline. It's got nothing to do with it. But I'm about, I don't know, like 15 hours in, something like that, and it's just, oh, it's good. It's good. If you haven't played it, play it. It's very fun. Very fun. I'm enjoying it.
I heard a lot of good things about it, and yeah, I think a lot of people were burnt on Marvel's Avengers, which is actually all right, but it got stale very quickly. Another Battlefield 2042 case where the content was too slow coming out, and that fixed a lot before the content came out, unfortunately. But yeah, as it's on Game Pass, I 100% download that
and have a look at it. Yeah, don't think Marvel when it comes to Guardians, because it's.
I love Marvel, and Guardians of the Galaxy is my favourite Marvel films.
It's a different kettle of fish in terms of gameplay. It plays phenomenal.
How many hours you got in it so far, roughly?
Well, I just said about 15, I think.
Oh, nice.
15, 16.
I wasn't listening.
Roughly, yeah.
I'd switch off after you've been talking for 20 seconds. You bore me.
You can see him. He's sat opposite me, and I watch him. I don't watch him all the time, but I'm watching him.
He's always watching me.
I can see the light from his laptop flickering on his face, and when it flickers, his eyes glaze over, and I go, I've lost him. But I'll continue talking to the people listening.
Yeah, well, good for you. Good for you. Is that what you've been playing?
That's pretty much it, man. Pretty much it.
Well, me, I started off the week playing. Well, yeah, we won't go over World of Warcraft again. Fuck that shit. Make your logos bigger. I can't see a thing.
Hook it up to your telly, man.
I tried. It wouldn't do it.
No, you were just doing it wrong.
No, I was mirroring it, and it was going, no, you can't do that. And
no,
then it kept crashing stuff.
Don't mirror it. Plug it in. Get an HDMI. Plug it in.
And more cables. Yeah, wife's gonna love that. No, shouldn't have to. Anyway, so fuck World of Warcraft. I played the Star Wars MMO. I enjoyed that, but once again, the same problems are happening. I'm getting claw hand, fingers, pains.
Old man wrists.
Yeah, my neck's hurting, my back's hurting. So I've gone, I can't do this. So what I do, I downloaded Elder Scrolls Online on the Xbox.
On the Xbox.
On the Xbox, and I love it. It's great. I played it before. It's very, very much easier. That sounded awful. It's easier to play with a controller. You put World of Warcraft on a controller, on a console, and I'll smash it. But I can't do it on a computer.
I tried to play Elder Scrolls on, well, me and Steph did on the PlayStations, and it is a very good game, but it plays a lot better on the PC platform. I tried explaining this to you. You're missing out.
No, I'm not, because I don't want claw hands again. I like playing on a controller. That's just my bread and butter. So yeah, I've been playing that, which has now led me to download Skyrim again because it's on Game Pass, and I also was playing it on my shoe on the way over here because that's released on trainers now. If you wasn't aware. So
it was out on the toaster last week. Now it's on trainers.
Yeah, it's impressive. So yeah, I've downloaded that again because it's on Game Pass, and obviously you can do a lot of modding on the Xbox. You can't really do it on the PlayStation. You can only use in-game assets.
You can mod on the Xbox.
Yeah. Oh. You can get all the mods. You can mod it all, make it a completely different game essentially. So I'm excited to put all the mods on. I've downloaded a fair few, but you can't really do it on the PlayStation, which I've played on before, because Sony get funny about it, because you're only allowed to use in-game assets, whereas Xbox, Microsoft, you can use anything, so they can put things that aren't already in the game in the game.
That is incredible. I was about to sit here and have a go at you.
Did you not know that?
No. Well, I'm not on Xbox, am I? I'm not. I don't own one. So I suppose that changes the whole. If you can mod it. On Xbox, I don't blame you for playing it. Yeah, so I'm excited to get home and play that. But more importantly, the big one I've been playing, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I love that game. He's playing that again.
Yeah, it's Battlefield, but with Star Wars, and I'm quite a fan of Star Wars. We've just booked to go to the convention next year.
We have at the XL.
Yeah,
very fun. We weren't going to pay for the Jedi Master tickets. I'm not throwing 750 quid at it. But we've been pre-warned that it's a smelly gig. Yeah. Yes, I listened to a Star Wars podcast, and the advice they gave before the event last month, I believe it was please take deodorant with you. And obviously I've never been. So when I go next year, we just thought we'd go for the first day before it gets a bit smelly. Well, That's not entirely true.
Is it not?
We're going the first day because we couldn't get tickets.
Oh yeah, that is the reason. But that's what I'm telling myself.
But we'll roll with that. That's what we're doing.
We'll roll with that. So yeah, basically Battlefront 2, which I'm loving. I love that game. I wish they'd do a 3, Battlefront 3, but
Why?
it doesn't sound like they will be.
Why did we stop? I know I didn't play it much. I don't think I have actually played it.
You've
with
never
you.
played it with me.
But I used to play it, and I need you to answer my question of...
You're going to ask me why you stopped playing it when I didn't even know that you'd played it before.
No. Why did people stop playing it? Full stop.
Well, it came out very poorly because it was littered with microtransactions.
Was it?
Yeah, it was filled with them. Boxes, loot boxes,
That's
to be
really
specific.
bad. I don't remember because I played it from day one and I do not remember that.
But they massively turned it around, and they basically took, there's no loot boxes anymore. I don't think you can
Good.
even open on them. I don't even think there's microtransactions on there. You can earn all your in-game currency and buy all the skins and stuff that you want. So it's really good. It's really good fun. Still got a huge player base on consoles and PC. But they won't make a third. They've said they won't, but I'm sure that franchise is too big to put down. So I'm sure someone eventually will make it, and I can't wait. I believe the original Star Wars Battlefront 1 and the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 servers are still active, and they're like 15 years old or something crazy. So
I might have to re-download that. Now, do I download that on the PlayStation? Well, no, you're playing it on Xbox, isn't you?
no, PlayStation.
You're playing it on PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Oh, I'll download it on the PlayStation. I was
It
going to say, I'll
is-
probably download it on this, but I'll download it on
And the
PlayStation.
favourite word of one of my friends, it's delicious. I love it. I love it. I really do. But other than that, that's all.
That's that.
That's all we've got. So
That's
if
all
you
it
wanna plug the socials or the whatever else you got to plug, because you're the technology man. I'll just sit here swearing.
If I want to plug the socials, so
I'll do the socials. You do all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So the social for the Instagram, because we really like feedback. We've had 400 odd people listen to it, and we haven't had much feedback. I mean, just DM us or something and just say you're shit. Stop podcasting. I'll even take that.
We're not.
Don't send us dick pics.
we don't want dick pics unless they're massive.
Even then.
If you're
I'd rather not.
if you're gonna go for the time of giving us feedback, then please don't just message and say it's shit.
No,
I've had that a
if you
couple
think it's
times.
shit, tell me it's shit. I'll be happy. Just tell us why it's shit.
Yeah.
That's all we ask. So the Instagram is What's the Buttons Podcast.
Mhm.
Very simple. And the Twitter is at What's the Button, with no S on the
What's
end,
the button?
unfortunately.
Now I looked at actually trademarking What's the Buttons. I might do that, and if I do decide to do that, then I'm gonna get those accounts. I'll take legal action.
Strike down with a mighty hammer of law.
Yeah. In terms of what platforms you can listen
This
to
is
this
the big
on,
one.
yeah, obviously if you're listening to this anyway, you found us, but I'll say it anyway. We're on Spotify, we're on Amazon Music, we're on Samsung Podcast, Podcast Index, Listen Notes. You can listen to us on RSS. The links for our RSS is in the bio, and then there's links within that as well. And we're also currently working on getting ourselves onto Apple Podcasts.
Definitely need to
and
do
Google
that sooner rather than later.
Google Podcasts is with there. It's on it. I just need it to work with other things, which is proven a little bit more difficult than I thought. And Apple Music is it's a little bit more of a difficult one. There's some technical difficulties going on, but I'm working on it.
He's just being lazy.
Yeah, it's pure laziness.
With that in mind, please, if you do listen to it on Spotify, please leave us a review. 1 star, 5 star, 3 star, whatever it is. Just so we just need some feedback from human beings.
5
Because
stars.
we're getting all these listens and downloads and views or whatever you want to call them, and I don't believe it. Until I start seeing some conversations to be had, I don't believe you are human beings listening to us talk shit. So please make yourselves, appear so I know we're not talking to the ether.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it? Really?
That is it.
That's us done for another week.
Oh,
Oh,
we aim to get them out on Fridays.
Fridays.
Yeah.
Fridays. There might be the odd 1 or 2 occasions where it's not out on the Friday. If not, it'll be the Saturday. But Friday's the sort of the main one. So if, for example, maybe today I might not reach that deadline
You will.
because I've got 2 dogs in the house that need maintaining. And Stranger Things come out today, and I've got Love Island. I watched Love
Right,
Island.
time to go. Mental.
Priorities. I've got
Mental.
priorities. Anyway, see you later.
Peace and love, baby.